I was just browsing through eBay the other day, and here we have one of these IXF crank sets. It looks very similar to an old style Shimano XT. So what you get with this listing, strangely, is the crank arms, the crank bolts for the chain rings. You don't get the end cap, or at least I didn't receive the little end cap for the, you know what I mean, the preload cap, if you like, for putting the other crank arm on. You do get a bottom bracket, as pictured. The crank set's available in various colours: purple, red, gold, silver, blue, black, etc. It's £25 just for this option. So if I go, say, red, crank arm plus bottom bracket, it's £29.99 for the crank and the bottom bracket. Bottom bracket's unbranded, appears to be an X-type bottom bracket, not a Shimano type, even though it looks very similar. I've not checked it with a vernier yet to confirm. Anyway, I thought it might be good or interesting to pick one of these up. So it's 104mm BCD bulk centre distance chain rings. So I picked one up. It's not Shimano Holotech, as I first thought maybe they've copied Holotech. It's not, it's just simply a forged crank arm. This bit's milled out, well, it's cast like that, then milled. It does appear to be a blank casting, no machining afterwards, as far as that's concerned. Forging, it says forged, but I'm pretty sure they're probably cast, I don't know for sure. This has all been machined through here for your chain rings, fairly standard stuff. See IXF there, this bit looks a bit like the old XT, so does this profile here and this here. Appears to be a similar system to Holotech on the end here with a spline, your 2 pinch bolts, and a little keyway, if you like, on the actual shaft itself. This is a 2x setup, so you can have 2 chain rings on here, or 1 chain ring and a bash guard. Appears to be pretty good. Well, the random junk on the computer desk. I think for the money, it's not bad. There are other options out there though. But for the there is even a version of this that just says XT, or at least there used to be. It just used to say XT on it, and it looked every bit like the Shimano XT one. Obviously, it's not Holotech, so it isn't the same, anywhere near the same sort of quality, really. But the fact is, if Shimano actually made an anodised coloured crankset, I think that would be quite nice if they actually went ahead and did that instead of the boring black and silvery colours you get today. This is just going on a cheap bike anyway, just for the lulz, with a bit of Chinese theme to it, just to see what these scam/fake components are like. Well, this isn't really a scam, it's just a bit of a knockoff as far as the appearance is concerned, especially when it said XT on it. It did look like it was trying to fool people into thinking it was actually XT. Don't be confused, they're not. If you see a coloured, as far as I'm aware, Shimano doesn't make coloured XT or group set parts in any shape or form. They're just silver or black or like that grey colour, depending on if they're OEM or not. I also picked up this Chinese wake stem. I can't really recommend these for anything other than very light cross country. They're not very robust or very well made. You can see the machining chatter marks in there, tiny little M4 bolts on there. Alright for just riding around town or on a hybrid or something like that. But as you can see, it clearly looks like a jump sort of style stem, but it doesn't appear to be as robust as you might like. Maybe if you replace the bolts with something a bit better, but then the threads will probably rip out in here, we'll see. Anyway, that's just for a junker bike going in the auctions, so I really don't care about that. But you can buy a stem pretty cheaply from like a reputable bike shop, and you have a warranty on it, so if it pulls out the threads, hey, you know, you've got someone to blame. Especially if you live in the United States, this sort of stuff is definitely not worth buying, because you don't get free healthcare. And the medical bills are going to certainly stack up to more than buying like a brand name downhill certified component or dirt jump certified rated component. But for cross country, it's more than likely fine, just regular light trail duties. Anyway, that concludes this video on this random eBay crank set. It doesn't come with chain rings, you need to buy those separately, so again that pushes up the price. The chain rings are about £25. Sorry, £15 I paid for chain rings. In fact, let's go and have a little look, shall we? Put the camera back up here. Sorry about that. Come on, low. Why isn't that being terrible? purchase history. Appears I've purchased. Oh no, I'm watching it. I haven't purchased it. An old 8800 GTS graphics card. Oh yeah. Oh no, sorry. They're £12. Although that is each. £12 each for a chainring. Not too bad. So it's 24 quid. So yeah, it's still about the price for a brand name crank set by the time all is said and done. It's just coloured, so you haven't really saved any money, but it is coloured, so you know, kind of interesting to try it out, see what it's like. A lot of stuff from in the bicycle world is made in China anyway, and then it's branded by somebody else who then sell it. But the difference is they take liability for it if something goes wrong, and that's generally one of the reasons you're paying for the product is quality control and liability. So someone actually is to blame if it kills someone because of a mechanical failure. You know, they've got to test it and all that kind of stuff and make sure it's up to standard, whereas just directly importing stuff from China or Taiwan could be disastrous, and certainly has been in some cases. With a company called Motor Bikes, I've had the Motor Encore, and the frame was like newspaper. It was very light, very fast mountain bike, but those frames were so weak they were just known to fail. Everything Motor with carbon fibre was just terrible. It was a Chinese open mould frame, like the kind of thing you get off of eBay. They basically bought them, stuck their name on them, and yeah, they all failed. And now Motor's just part of Forbes. So that concludes this video on a random Chinese bike.